Hello, I would like to talk with you about revolutionary shifts, quantum leaps, taking that huge step forward in raising consciousness. Because I've cracked the self-focused self that I've been working on in a really, I've just been utterly devoted to, cracking the code of this self. Like, I put so much work and devotion and also like a whole bunch of, emotional energy, because it was like this constant roller coaster, one moment up and a bit, an awareness and sight and feeling good, and the next minute this crushing low when, I'd be reacting to the drama of this self, like just experiencing it. And it was way more pronounced than what it used to be in the past, because I had cleared away a couple of cells just prior, which were covering up this core MO, this core psychological pattern, which I've said it before, but I'll say it again. If I put it at its most simple level, it's a self that feels hurt when it's rejected. And there we go. So anyway, I studied the teachings. I did lots and lots of invoking of light, particularly with Surya and Cusco from the god star Sirius. It's a very balancing invocation. And I, was applying all of the tools and, just intuitively working from teaching to teaching. I was talking with friends and people were giving me insights and guidance, and I'm talking... I kind of lost track of time, but it could have been a month or so of just really intensely just working on just this one mechanism. And so, yeah, the constant up, the constant down, the roller coaster, she was just going along. And I hit a point just a few days ago, maybe 5 or 6 days, maybe a week, when I had one of the crushing lows, and I just was like, just throwing up my hands and just saying, I've had enough. I do not want this anymore. I'm just over it. I'm done, complete, no more, I've had enough of it. It was just so painful. And yeah, and then the next morning I went into my usual routine, which, just involves a few different things. But one of them is to, I like to study a teaching early in the morning when I'm lovely and fresh and open to whatever it is I feel, intuitively feel to study. And it was a Saint Germain. No, I don't even recall. I went to the teaching, and then all of a sudden just something just shifted, and I just realized, oh, I want to write a poem. And I'd had about a week when I sort of felt like, write a poem. This message kept coming through. And so I thought, okay, well, a poem's going to come and I'll know when to write it. And it was just, it just happened in that moment, like this intense desire, a passion, a really creative burning passion to just flow and let a poem come out. And I kind of knew the story of the poem, but I didn't, I had no idea how it was going to be expressed, and that's what creative flow is. Like, it's not some sort of intellectual experience. It's a flow, it's when spirit flows through you. And out it came, and I know I've spoken a little bit about this before, but as I look back, and I've definitely had the shift, I have definitely let go of this self. Like, I am not having the reactions anymore when people reject the living word. All I'm feeling from the experience was I loved expressing my Christhood in that way creatively, it's just like I just feel like this desire to just express more, you know, and there is this love burning in me that, you know, I just want to express more, and I'm just feeling so much love for life, for the masters, for my I am presence, for the world, you know, and I just feel like it's the MO of this self that feels rejected. It just doesn't exist anymore, because now what I feel is like I express whatever it might be. It might be just some small, you know, a few words of expression, or it might be something much, much bigger, you know, in a big project or something. And I've got a few going. It's kind of like cool. But it doesn't matter what it is. Like I'm not feeling a rejection when somebody sort of says no to me, or, you know, they ignore what's been expressed. Like, I just think, oh, well, the gift's been given, you know, and it's done. What should I, it just doesn't worry me anymore. I just know the gift has been given. They'll receive it whenever they receive it. Like, and I'm not putting a timeline on it. Like, you know, it's done. And it's sort of, it makes me, you know, and I just had this vision this morning that, like, you know, I just got this vision of a postman, and, you know, the postman delivers the letter, the parcel, puts it into the mailbox. Doesn't come back the next day and see the parcel still sitting there and feel like, oh, why haven't they received the parcel yet? You know, why haven't they taken it out of there? Like, you know, they should have taken it out straight away. Like, the postman doesn't mind. They just leave it there and knows that the person will collect it whenever they collect it. And it's the same thing, you know, the parable of the postman. You just apply that to Christic expression. And so as I was just attuning with an oldie but a goodie, a teaching from Saint Germain this morning, and it was about like the alchemy of creativity. And it was just saying that, you know, when we step into this creative flow, you know, this desire to be more, to reach for something more, then we can step out of our dramas, our epic dramas, which in the case of any particular separate self, if it keeps coming back and back and back, well, you're caught in a drama. I was caught in a drama, you know, no judgment here. It's okay. We get caught in the drama of these selves. And it's like we're patterned into it, like it's like an addiction. But it's something also like, you know, it's almost like a pleasurable sort of experience. Like, think about it, you know, like addictions, they have a certain pleasure in it until they no longer have a pleasure in it. You know, there comes a point where, you know, like I used to smoke pot and everything, and I found it very pleasurable at the time. But now I just couldn't conceive. Like, to me, it feels like, you know, it would be the most incredible discomfort to smoke a joint now. Like, I just can't conceive of that. But at the time, it felt pleasurable, you know, it was just the experience I was having at that time. And it's the same with these selves. The misery of these selves, you know, and their superiority, their judgment, their, oh, I'm so good, and, you know, I know everything, and you know, I know all these teachings inside out, and you know, that person there's wrong, you know, they should listen to me, and then they reject you, and then it's like, oh my God, it hurts so much. And it's an addiction to this crazy, ridiculous drama. It's a drama. It's all a drama, all of this, you know, the pain, the misery, the, you know, woe is me, the world hates me. Like, it's just a drama. And so it's about just taking this moment, this step, and just rising beyond it. Allow yourself, do something completely different. So if you have been studying the same Ascended Master student teachings as me, then, you know, what I'm about to say, well, you'll know what I mean. There was a dispensation called the Summit Lighthouse, and the people there got caught doing like loads and loads, like the thing, like this overload of doing decreeing and everything, like, and it was like an outer path. an outer path. And so, you know, like Kim says, like, you know, there's only so many hours you have in the day. Like, you know, there's no way I could decree the amount that they did, like, you know, almost the entire day of just decreeing, like, no way, you know. Where's the space to be creative in that, you know? Where's the space to become more, to express yourself, to be creative? And I'm just sort of feeling like in our teachings, through the teachings that come through this dispensation, we're given a lot of knowledge about, you know, how to work on our psychology. We're given a lot of knowledge of and understanding about it all, you know, about what the spiritual realm is about, and, you know, all the structures. And we're given a lot of knowledge and understanding and tools and exercises, teachings. You know, there is no way, I don't know if I'll even read everything by the end of this lifetime. There is so much available. But I get this sense that a lot of us got caught in the mind, you know, the analytical mind, like, you know, because you can just go from one teaching, one invocation to the next and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it occurred to me when that poem came through, it occurred to me, like, you know, there's only so many teachings and decrees you can do. Like, at some point, something's got to pop, you know. You need something more, something different, something totally different in order to experience the Christ, you know. And so as I stepped into this experience with the Christ, and I just felt this joy, and it was a more pure and a higher attunement with the masters, with my I am presence, that I get from anything, because it was just this personal, beyond personal, but yeah, just this total flow of, you know, the figure of 8 energy just moving up and down, and in the flow of the river of life. So I think that's all I wanted to express. Yeah, I think so. That feels like I'm just completed now. So, you know, if you're feeling stuck, reach for something more, try something completely different, something that voids your analytical mind, you know, just gets you out of your mind, like art does, or, you know, climbing a mountain, or, you know, just something where you're not thinking, something that brings your mind's focus somewhere else. And I think creative exercises, you know, drama, poetry, art, short story writing, you know, like very creative types of expression. It's the way to go, you know. So it's just a bit of encouragement. I'm just sharing with you a key in, you know, how to achieve, how to come into oneness with the Christ mind. Like it's like, you know, you can only experience it. You know, you can't teach it, you can't give it, you can't find it in a piece of writing. It's impossible, you know. It's only experienced within, through the self, by reaching for something more, and then loving something more, you know, to keep going with it, you know. So for me, I love just letting that creativity flow through me in whatever way it is, like, you know, and I love that more. I love that more than the drama. Choose love, not the drama.